In a peaceful little town, there lived a curious and adventurous boy named Rayan. Rayan was not like other children his age. While they were content playing with their toys, Rayan was always on the lookout for his next big adventure. He was a dreamer, a thinker, and a doer who believed that the world was full of magic and wonder, waiting to be discovered. On a bright and sunny day, while his friends were busy playing catch in the park, Rayan's adventurous spirit led him to a path less traveled. The path was narrow and winding, with tall trees on either side. It was as if the trees were standing guard, protecting a secret from the outside world. And that secret was the enchanted magical forest. As Rayan stepped onto the path, he could feel a strange energy surrounding him. The trees seemed to whisper secrets in his ears. The wind seemed to guide him forward, and the flowers along the path sparkled as if sprinkled with magic dust. It was a world unlike anything he had ever seen. As he ventured deeper into the forest, he heard a soft voice calling his name. The voice was sweet and gentle, like a lullaby that his mother used to sing. He looked around trying to locate the source of the voice, and that's when he saw him. A small, fluffy rabbit with a twinkle in his eyes. The rabbit introduced himself as Benny. Benny was no ordinary rabbit. He was a talking rabbit, a magical creature of the forest. With a sense of urgency in his voice, Benny revealed the problems that the magical forest was facing. The Heartstone, the source of all magic in the forest, was losing its glow. The forest was slowly dying, and Benny believed that only Rayan could save it. Rayan was shocked. He had just discovered this magical world, and now he was the only hope for its survival. But Rayan was brave. He knew that he had a big responsibility on his small shoulders, and he was ready to do whatever it took to save the magical forest. Benny looked at Rayan with hopeful eyes. He had been waiting for someone like Rayan, someone who believed in magic, someone who was kind and brave, and most importantly, someone who was willing to help. With a smile on his face, Benny said, "Hello, Rayan, I've been waiting for you. The magical forest is in trouble, and only you can help us." And with those words, Rayan's magical forest adventure had just begun. With a sense of excitement, Rayan and Benny set off on an adventure to save the magical forest. The sun shone brightly above them, and the forest seemed to come alive, greeting the pair with a melodic symphony of rustling leaves and chirping birds. As they journeyed deeper into the forest, the path led them to a clearing where they were met by an unusual sight. Standing in the clearing was Chloe, a wise owl with feathers that shone in an array of silver and blue. Chloe was known throughout the forest for her wisdom and knowledge. Her eyes held centuries of stories, and her voice, though soft, echoed with authority. "Welcome, Rayan and Benny," she greeted them, her voice as smooth as the wind rustling through the leaves. Next to Chloe, with a cheeky grin on his face, was Leo, a mischievous squirrel. He was agile and quick, with a bushy tail that flicked in excitement. His eyes sparkled with 1,000 tricks, yet his heart was pure and full of laughter. "Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes, Rayan?" Leo exclaimed, jumping from one branch to another with ease. And then there was Lily, the singing butterfly. Her wings were a kaleidoscope of colors that shimmered in the sunlight. Her voice was as sweet as the nectar of the flowers she loved so dearly, and her song filled the forest with a melody of hope and joy. "Hello, Rayan. We've been expecting you," Lily sang, her voice floating in the air like a gentle breeze. The 4 forest friends welcomed Rayan and Benny with open hearts and shared their concern about the magical forest. "The Heartstone, the source of magic in our forest, is losing its glow," Chloe explained, her voice filled with worry. "We believe it's because the magic gems that power it have been scattered across the forest." Rayan listened intently, his heart aching for his newfound friends and their home. He knew he had to help them. "We need your help to find the missing magic gems and restore balance," Chloe continued, her eyes meeting Rayan's in a silent plea for help. With determination in his heart and a promise in his eyes, Rayan nodded. "We'll help you," he said, his voice echoing in the clearing. "We'll find the magic gems and save the magical forest." And with that promise, the forest seemed to sigh in relief. the rustling leaves singing a soft lullaby of hope. The adventure to save the magical forest had truly begun. The Heartstone, the source of magic in our forest, is losing its glow. We need your help to find the missing magic gems and restore balance. Opening. The friends, now a team, faced challenges and puzzles as they searched for the missing magic gems. Each gem was a unique jewel of magic that lay hidden, waiting for those brave and kind enough to discover it. Narrator. Rayan, Benny, Chloe, Leo, and Lily journeyed through the whispering trees, their eyes wide with wonder and curiosity. The forest was a labyrinth of enchantment, with each twist and turn leading to a new mystery. Narrator. Their first challenge was a riddle posed by a gruff old turtle named Tully, who guarded the first gem. Answer this riddle, Tully announced, to earn the gem of wisdom. What is always in front of you, but can't be seen? Rayan thought for a moment, then replied with a smile, The future. Pleased, Tully handed over the first gem. Narrator. Next, they encountered a fiery phoenix named Fiona who protected the gem of courage. To earn it, Rayan had to traverse a narrow bridge over a bubbling lava pit. With a deep breath and a steady heart, Rayan made it across, proving his bravery and earning the second gem. Narrator. The third gem was in the possession of a playful pixie named Pippa, who loved games. She challenged Rayan to a game of hide-and-seek with the gem of joy as the prize. With his keen sight and intuition, Rayan found Pippa, hidden among the sparkling flowers, and claimed the third gem. Narrator. The final gem, the gem of love, was held by a majestic unicorn named Ursa. She asked Rayan a simple question. What is the most powerful magic? Rayan, without hesitation, answered, Love. Touched by his understanding, Ursa gifted him the last gem. Closing all, with the 4 magic gems in hand, Rayan and his friends were one step closer to saving the magical forest. As Leo looked at Rayan, he said, You're not like other humans, Rayan. You understand and respect the magic of the forest. And indeed, Rayan wasn't just a boy anymore. He was a guardian of magic, a protector of the forest, and a true friend to every creature he met on his journey. As Rayan collected the final magic gem, a dark shadow emerged, threatening to engulf the magical forest. Fear hung heavily in the air, as if the forest itself was holding its breath. The leaves rustled nervously, and even the bravest creatures of the forest huddled together, their eyes wide with fear. This was the forest shadow, a creature born from the negativity in the hearts of those who had lost their way. The forest shadow towered over Rayan, its form shifting and twisting, like a nightmare trying to break free. Its voice was like a winter wind, cold and cruel, carrying a promise of an endless night. You cannot save this forest, it's doomed to darkness, it boomed, its words echoing through the forest, making the bravest hearts shudder. But amidst the fear, a spark of determination ignited in Rayan. He stood his ground, his gaze unwavering. He held the final magic gem tightly in his hand, its glow reflecting in his eyes. I'm not afraid of you, he said, his voice steady and strong, resonating with the courage of a true hero. The forest shadow roared, a sound like thunder shaking the very ground. But Rayan didn't waver. He knew in his heart that he had something the forest shadow didn't have, the power of friendship and kindness. He thought about Benny, Chloe, Leo, and Lily, and all the magical creatures he'd met. They had trusted him, believed in him, and he wouldn't let them down. With a deep breath, he stepped forward, meeting the forest shadow's gaze. No, I won't let the darkness take over. The forest deserves happiness, and I believe in the magic of friendship, he declared. His words rang out, pure and clear, cutting through the shadow's threats like a beacon of hope. The forest shadow seemed to falter, shrinking back as if Rayan's words had struck a blow. For a moment, everything was quiet, the forest holding its breath once again. And then, with a final roar of defiance, the forest shadow retreated, disappearing into the depths of the forest from where it came. Rayan stood tall, the final magic gem still glowing brightly in his hand. He had faced the forest shadow and emerged victorious. But his adventure wasn't over yet. There was still work to be done. The Heartstone needed to be restored, and he was ready to complete his mission. He knew now more than ever that he had the strength to face anything because he wasn't alone. He had his friends, and together, they could overcome any darkness. As Rayan placed the final magic gem into the Heartstone, a brilliant light engulfed the forest. It was as if the sun itself had descended to dance among the trees, painting every leaf and petal with a golden hue. The Heartstone, once dim and fading, now shone with a radiance that pulsed in harmony with the heartbeat of the forest. The magic gems, embedded in the Heartstone, sparkled like stars caught in the dawn's first light. Each gem, a symbol of Rayan's courage and kindness, resonated with the forest's magic, restoring balance and harmony. The Heartstone, the forest's life source, throbbed with renewed vigor, its light pushing back the ominous shadows that once threatened its existence. The forest came alive in a symphony of light and sound, a celebration of its revival. The trees swayed, their leaves rustling like applause. The flowers bloomed, their colors vibrant, as if to match the joy that filled the air. The forest creatures, their eyes wide with wonder, watched as their home transformed from a place of darkness and despair into a haven of magic and joy. And then it was time to celebrate. Benny the rabbit hopped with joy, his laughter echoing through the forest. Chloe the wise owl hooted in delight, her wise eyes twinkling with happiness. Leo the squirrel chattered excitedly, his bushy tail twitching with excitement. Lily the butterfly fluttered her wings, her song filling the air with a melody of victory. The forest creatures, once fearful and subdued, now danced and sang, their hearts filled with gratitude. They gathered around Rayan, their eyes shining with admiration and respect. He had shown them that even in the darkest times, there is always a light, a beacon of hope. He had taught them that kindness and courage could indeed conquer the greatest of fears. And so, they cheered and applauded, their voices rising in a chorus of gratitude. They hailed Rayan as their hero, their savior, the boy who had saved the magical forest. With a smile as bright as the Heartstone itself, Lily, the singing butterfly, fluttered towards Rayan and said, "Rayan, you're a true friend of the forest." With the forest saved and his new friends by his side, Rayan bid farewell to the magical forest. His heart brimming with joy and memories of this incredible adventure, he returned home, already eager for the next magical call. The story of Rayan and the magical forest is a testament to the power of kindness, courage, and friendship, reminding us that even in the face of darkness, these virtues shine the brightest. Thanks for joining us on this magical journey. Don't forget to subscribe to Rayan Bekov's Adventures for more enchanting stories. Until next time, keep spreading kindness and magic. Goodbye, wonderful viewers.